Peace. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. In this particular video, I want to talk about the coronavirus. A lot of people have been asking me and requesting me to come and give my input on the coronavirus. So I will attempt to do so in this video. But I think if you really want to look into the coronavirus, you need to look into how it has been presented to you from those of which who has originally presented it to you. Let's just look at it from what they have presented. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be knowing anything about a coronavirus, nor would we be even worried about it. Because we wouldn't even know that it exists, or we wouldn't have any context to put it in. So let's just deal with it strictly off of how they have presented this thing to us out of nowhere. Now, even before I do that, I'll just talk about how I think what we're calling the coronavirus is really a revolutionary virus that is here to destroy and collapse the matrix. It's a revolutionary virus. It's shutting down the white supremacy school system. It's shutting down the NBA. It's causing the stock markets to fall. It is a revolutionary and a very destructive virus of the matrix and white supremacy. It is exposing white supremacy because it's showing you that they are just totally bumblefucked. Like they have no idea what's going on, what it is, how to deal with it. It's exposing how unprepared they are, how ignorant they are, and how they have absolutely nothing under control and never had. And this is something that we need to see. And once you start seeing that, the matrix is actually collapsing. Once you no longer can trust, believe in white authority. When you can no longer look to white supremacy as the definitive answer to the problems. They're showing that they are incompetent. They lack knowledge. All these scientific research, all their technology, 5G speeds, they're not prepared for what nature can do to them. So the matrix is being destroyed. It is collapsing. People just buying stuff off the shelves in record numbers. There's nothing in the store anymore. Businesses having to close down. In a lot of cases, Chinese economic imperialism is getting attacked in certain black communities and certain African communities. And the biggest piece of this revolutionary virus is that it's actually killing all white people. All the old racist white people who've been trying to hold on to this thing, who've been trying to maintain the framework, who've been trying to make America great again, who really support that, who really lived in that era, who've been pushing that and holding on to that with the last bit of life and vitality that they have in their body. The revolutionary virus that you call coronavirus, corona, another way of saying king, coronated, corona, the king virus, is wiping those white people out. It's stripping them of their power, of their energy, of their immunity, and it's wiping them out. So it is a revolutionary virus that's here to kill the last of the white supremacists that's trying to hold on to power and trying to maintain the construct of the matrix. So I say the coronavirus is a revolutionary virus because it's destroying the matrix and it's destroying these old white supremacists. It's killing them, taking them out. Now, let me talk about the coronavirus just as they are presented it to you. Now, I told you my perspective. I think it's a very revolutionary virus. I'm happy for it. I'm happy that it's here. I'm glad that it's doing the work that it's sent to do. I'm glad that it's destroying this shit. It's worse than a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? It's worse than a black identity extremist. It's worse than a radical. It's really doing a job. It's doing its work. It's doing exactly what it's here to do. And I'm happy. We knew that white supremacy was going to come under attack and that its destruction was near. We just didn't know where, how, or when, and of what method. And we see now that's what the King virus the coronavirus is doing is here to destroy. It's here to destroy white supremacy. And I'm just sitting back loving it and I'm really enjoying it. Because just when they thought they was the strongest, the system is attacking the immune system of white supremacy, which is the government, which is the institutions. They're showing how they are vulnerable. So it's going at their actual corporate and governmental immune system and working its way up to the actual white supremacist individuals that's in their 70s, in their 80s, a guaranteed death sentence. That's my opinion. Now, let me just deal with it based on what they are presenting to you. For one, the coronavirus couldn't be that bad. Because if it was that bad, they would not be telling you to self-quarantine. So it's not that bad for you. It's not bad for the people that is telling they should self-quarantine. It's a regular cold. You know what I'm saying? Just a regular flu. No big deal. Eat you some extra garlic, ginger, echinacea, elderberry, whatever. Get into your natural herbs. Get your vitamin C, oranges, fruits, vegetables. You good. You can self-quarantine according to them. So it's not for you. It's not here to kill you. It is not an assassin that's sent for the black man and the black woman and the black child. That's not who that assassin came to kill. That assassin came with a specific agenda to wipe out systems and to kill all white males and all white females in the United States of America. It's going to attack Arab imperialism and Arab superiority in Iran and Africa. It's going to hit them in Europe. It's on a specific mission. It's like Ferguson. It's getting on the train in Long Island, and it's there to kill some specific people for that day, and they're not black. Now, a few blacks will get hit. There may be some casualties of war. Few blacks may take one for the team. But it's really here for white supremacy. Now, they telling you to self-quarantine. So who it is that they're telling to self-quarantine, like I say, I repeat, it's no big deal for you. Because if it was the Ebola, they wouldn't be telling you to self-quarantine. They wouldn't be leaving it up to you to trust you, not to go outside, not to go and shake hands with people and go in crowded places and go and, just commonly deal with the people fraternize. They wouldn't be depending on you to not do that. They wouldn't trust you with a deadly virus. The CDC, they would be quarantining you against your will if it was a dangerous and deadly virus. This is a fact. No self-quarantining. So the fact that they're allowing you to self-quarantine to me shows that it's not really a deadly virus for you. So it's killing people. But it's nowhere a big of a scare or as big or as dangerous as they're trying to present it to be. They're presenting it and presenting those dangers to you only out of the desire to protect the old white people, the old white supremacists that is here to get destroyed. So they want to shut down the world, protect old white supremacists in retirement homes and senior citizen homes, in rehabilitation facilities, in health facilities. They want you to protect them. Because if the world goes on without quarantining itself to protect these old white people, then they will all be destroyed and they will all be wiped out. And we will be born into a new world, a new reality, and a completely new framework, because that mind will no longer exist. I imagine a lot of Trump voters will be murdered, will be killed by the coronavirus. A lot of true Trump supporters, people that want to see America great again, a lot of racists, conservatives, a lot of them going to get wiped out. So the fact that they're telling you to self-quarantine means that it's just not that dangerous. If it was any of these other viruses that we've seen come, the dengue fever, the Ebola, any of these, they're going to quarantine you. You're okay. Don't worry. Stop worrying. They want to make you afraid for one reason: to protect these Europeans, these old white people. That's the bottom line. Now, the system is going to collapse. because it's really in a bad place. It's either we keep things running this business, get our money, keep everything going, just so the system can continue, or we protect these old white people. It has to choose. And what it's doing is versus sacrificing these old white people, it rather shut down the entire system. Because the basis of the system is not just capitalism. All you say, oh, it's about money, it's about this. They shut down the NBA. It's not about capitalism. It's about white supremacy and keeping white supremacy going. And now white supremacy is being threatened. Them old Europeans, so the entire system has to be shut down. You don't have to worry. You should be enjoying yourself. You should be buying plenty of popcorn, plenty of snacks to enjoy this apocalypse of white supremacy, this apocalypse of Europeans. You should enjoy the collapse of this matrix. You should be excited about how the matrix is literally being exposed to be very weak, to be very, very vulnerable, to not be dependable. And you see that it's presented something to you that it is incapable to maintain, that the slightest little plague, the slightest little natural disaster, the slightest little catastrophe can end the matrix just like that. So all of you who believed in it and felt comfortable with it, now you're seeing that it really was an artificial illusion of safety and security, which many of us have been telling you for a very long time. Now it's obvious. So I had to touch on that. You know, the matrix collapsing, the end of these old white supremacists. Don't worry. Enjoy yourself. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleBlackSupremacy.com. Donate and don't hate.